How are you doing today? Restoration of Biafra is our aim. Join us to restore Biafra, liberate our people, save the lives of Biafrans, because Biafra lives matters. How are you doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Ada Biafra from Chicago is here again to keep reminding you that Biafra is our home. Keep telling you that we must do everything to restore Biafra. We must do everything to restore Biafra. Keep the fire burning. Don't look back. Don't be discouraged. Don't be distracted. The only home we have is Biafra. We don't have any other home. We must release our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who they have renditioned back to Nigeria, they have kidnapped for committing no crime, who they have humiliated, pee on him for trying to save me and you, for trying to save the unborn generation. What have you done? Tomorrow is another fundraising. The app is open. It's a 24 hours, 7 days in a week, open. Go to www.ipobinusa.org/donate. Why do we need to go there? To buy granite for our boys, to make sure that the food soldiers are not hungry, to make sure that people who have sacrificed their lives, sacrifice everything. The women are there, or you don't know? We have our men, we have our women who have decided to fight for this liberation, to save our unborn generation from this terrorist government, who have decided not to sleep until they wipe us all out. God forbid is when you pay your money to buy granite. Our leader asks you only $1. Only $1, wherever you are, €1. Do something when you need freedom. Don't be enjoying the freedom of another people in other countries, but you don't want to give your people freedom. Say, no, no, no. Thank you for sharing. Remember, Biafra lives matters. Where are all you who have been jumping up and down during Black Lives Matters, who have been talking about Israel, Ukraine, Russia? Did you hear that they killed 500 people, mass buried in that country? The country who don't respect law and order, the country who don't value the lives of their citizens. In the eyes of the world, Nigeria is no more existing. In the eyes of the world, that's why you see many companies are moving out from that dungeon today. When you hear Nigeria, it's only the few Nigerians that are still mentioning Nigeria. And they are waiting for you to do something. The world are watching, they are waiting for you to do something, because if you need freedom, you must do something. You did not fight for America to get their own freedom. Did you fight for England to get their own freedom? Did you fight for Canada, Europe, Asia to get their own freedom? No. You must do something if you need freedom. Hallelujah. If you need something, you do something. Nobody, no sky Jesus, no nothing, nobody will fight for you. That's why we are doing it. And I am proud to be one of the people doing it right now. What are you doing? Where are you? Have you contributed to the website? We need Mbemiri, we need both, we need Ekwenti, we need Ogene, we need Ichaka, we need Granite. Just mention it. We need all the needables. We need everything to fight this battle. The battle is on our doorstep. Don't say we are calling for war. We are not calling for war. We are defending ourselves from the terrorists. Remember, virus is to be cut off. Virus is never to be managed. We are Biafrans. We are not Nigerians. If we can make things happen, if Biafrans can make things happen, let me see. If we can make things happen, then a man, a Biafran, did this. Is this not worthy? We are all over the world. These are the people who are supposedly supposed to build Obunigwe for us. Build Imbemiri, everything. Look at him. Watch him. Look at him. What did he do? Let me bring him to Emeka Nelson. Invented water-powered generator. Can Fulani do this? It is only Biafrans that can do this. Only Biafrans can be this intelligent. All over the world, remember Emma Agwale. Remember all of them. They are keeping quiet. You know what? Some of them are waking up now. Just join what we are doing and see how Biafra will be. Some of them are supporting. You don't think so? Don't worry. I told you several times, there are many Simon Epa behind this camera. We are calling. If you know, thank you for sharing. If you know any of your brother and sister, keep sharing this video. We need everybody now. All hands must be on deck. All hands must be on deck. We must restore Biafra. We must save our future generation. We must not suffer unemployment, bad road, no electricity, no this, no that. Chase our people all away, all over the world. While we have what it takes to stand on our feet as a nation. We have all it takes to be better than America. I'm standing in American soil, but I'm telling them they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing. If they can have 24 hours light, everything to their doorstep, but they cannot do wonders. If we have half of what, if they are blessed, they don't have nothing, but they're doing well. What of when they have all the things that God has blessed us with? We need to build our own country. If somebody can use water power, just invented generator with water, only water. What can we not do? We will do more than that. Today, the WOTOWOTO is getting to their neck. They cannot rest because they've seen that our guys are dealing with them. They have seen that we are matching with whatever they are coming with. They have seen that Biafrans are not waiting for any other person again. They have seen that our Biafra is already at the doorstep. Tell them, what of the WOTOWOTO? The mass burial, whatever they are doing in the north. Don't think because you are in the east that it will not get to you. That was how Boko Haram started. Everybody was like, oh no, it will only stop there. Oh no, it will not come to our doorstep. Oh no, they are killing themselves. Oh no, it is getting to everybody's door right now. It is getting to everybody's door right now. That's why you must protect yourself. That's why you must liberate yourself. That is why you must do something if you need freedom. That is why you must be out to restore Biafra, for your unborn children not to suffer the same thing you suffered, your father suffered, your great-grandfather suffered. Somebody was telling me that they started it because they know that Ojukwu is late. Not because they know that Ojukwu is late. They thought that they can deal with us because we are keeping quiet. Now, they touch the tail of a lion. When you touch the tail of a lion, you know what you know what you are expecting. Hallelujah. When you touch a lion's tail, you know what you will be expecting. You know what you are expecting. You don't need prophet to tell you. When they say that, why are you looking for freedom? Nigeria is this because I meet some Fulef who call themselves Igbo or whatever they call themselves. Some of them always prefer to call themselves Igbo. This one, and I make an Igbo. Tell them that you are fighting for freedom because of this. If they can allow us to rest, hold on. If they can allow us to rest, show them this picture. All this mass berry. All this mass berry. You see? Let me put it on the screen. You see it? All these people there mass burying. They are human beings. Whose village will be affected tomorrow? Don't think that these people did not, they didn't fight because our leader and our prime minister and the men on ground are dealing with them. That's why you've not seen this kind of thing again. After the python dance 1, crocodile smile, python dance 2, egweke 1, nkenke 3, and 4. They will not come again. If they try this kind of thing, where would they even stand? Where would they stand to do it? Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Where will they stand? Where will our BLA be when they will come to commit this kind of heinous crime? Who is there? Where will they be to commit this kind of heinous crime? They cannot. It can never happen again, not in this world. Because we are giving them WOTOWOTO. We are giving them what they want. Whatever they are bringing to our doorstep, we are matching it with them. We are not looking back. We are not stepping back an inch. No, not today. Not tomorrow. Until we restore Biafra, Fulani will never, ever. If you know any police officer, naval officer, army officer, na your uncle or na your papa brother or na your papa sister or your anyhow we connect with you, warn him now. Don't go to Biafra land to go and tie anybody on any assignment in Biafra land. Anybody we see in that uniform, whether na police you be or you be this one or navy or pilot, but you are represent the zoo. I be a go. You know my page don't support violence. We don't support violence, but violence begat violence. You can't come to our territory to buy our people and you go free. You will go back in body bags. Hallelujah. You will surely go back in body bags. We know they beg you. When we dey talk, we know they beg you. We are giving you command right now what you will do. Thank you for sharing. Share it to all of them. Don't be looking for this in this Zama group that are crying that their brothers are dying. That Igbos are among the people that the BLA are buying. But you will not talk when the Fulani buy this kind of people. How many cops did you see? How many gaskets are you looking at? Before you complain to what our BLA is doing, go and do something about this one first. Because we will not look back. And remember, Wedua Canon is still active. As active as whatever. We must, all you enablers, religious bigots, whatever you call yourself, you are enablers to bring the Fulani terrorists in uniform, repented Boko Haram, to come and buy our people. Wedua Canon is waiting for you. Your mail is right here. Your mail is in another Biafra table. Your names are already somewhere, waiting for the mail to move. If it is your uncle, warn them, because you might be the one that will receive the mail for that your uncle. Hallelujah. Mana nke ikpeazụ anyị na-ejechazi ụka. Anyị na-ejechazi ụka na nke ikpeazụ a, because we don't care who irrespective of whoever. If you are a traditional ruler, if you are Igwe, if you are Ndenze and ndị ọzọ, if you are local government chairman, anything you call yourself, you are representing the zoo. We draw you aka n'ọnụ. We are not waiting. We are not backing down. Your name is on Ada Biafra table. Our prime minister, we know the look face, so respect yourself, Nanki Bazwa. Respect yourself. Onya ekote hogodo ekote aboko for this time. This time is the critical time. We need our freedom by all means. We have forgiven anybody. You call yourself Obintike. You call yourself anything you call yourself. We have forgiven everybody. You better come now. We need you now to come and support what we are doing. Because now you have seen that Nigeria is not for you. You wasted our time and scattered our people. All the blood that wasted during that election, your hand is there. You will live forever with that, with what you did. It will never, ever for you to support disorganization of what we are doing, because at that time, our Biafra was 99% actualization. Chatham House sent to me. Some of you joined, gallivanting up and down all the streets. Today, some of you are the one crying in Lagos. You voted. How much is dollar today? How much is naira today? How much is that your gas you are buying? Orejirigo. Christmas is by the corner. I want to warn everybody, if you are living overseas, you believe in what I believe. All your brothers back home that refused and was jumping up and down, don't give them anything. Don't send shishi to them. Na me talk am. How may go there enjoy? Let them enjoy that their freedom, that their Nigeria. After they finish enjoying it now, maybe next year, if we touch your heart, that money you're supposed to send to them, put it in ESN. Let them chop canal this period. I have many of them in my own family. Okay, I vote. I vote. One night. Okay. One negi that came out to openly tell the world that Biafra died 1952. So you are pointing at my eyes and telling me that you are supporting the person who said that Biafra died 1952. Dollar will reach 2,000. Oh yeah, 1,000. If I manage and send $1 for you, hold on. You will never see something. Whether the Yoruba stud who are gallivanting up and down because of a miloko, whether you are buying your own bag of rice now for $1, I don't know. Whether you are changing your dollar now for 15 naira, I don't know. Whether you are now buying gas for 15 naira, I don't know. Ask yourself. You come to disorganize us. We are looking for freedom. We are free. Where are you? Every Friday you come to join some Biafrans. We want our freedom. Yes. Where are they today? Chameleons. Chameleons. Bunch of, I don't know what to call you. Like FFK, like all the Yoruba stats. That is what you are. For Facebook, have you seen them again? They use us to shake Fulani so that they will give their Emilokon. Where are they today? You went to vote. How market? Instead of you to stand by the truth. I suspected it only when that Professor Kintoye said he resigned. I'm like, resigned at what? Do freedom fighters resign? What the heck is this man talking? Resigned. Oh, yeah. I never bought the idea of joining these people. I was against it from day one because I know Yoruba starts very well. I know them even in here in Chicago, when they see you, it's either they benefit something from you because they think that you don't need money. Igbos get money. You that is in America or Europe, have you dealt with any of them? They believe that you don't even need money. They won't keep you as friend. If you like, believe. If you like, don't believe me. I have my evidences. I've talked to 1, 2, 3 people. The same thing. They will only come close to you when they want to gain something. The way they are chasing our people out in Lagos, burning down your market, bringing down your houses. How many Fulani have houses in Lagos? How many Fulani or Lagos people house did you see going down? If you allow some Efulefu ndị Igbo, they will still go and build another one. Because we must restore Biafra, not for you, Efulefu. Because we're going to do alpha way you left. Like suffering and smiling. We are restoring Biafra not because of such people. We are restoring Biafra is for our unborn children, not for you. Suffering and smiling bigots. Lekki massacre today, they are not getting any justice. Izombe massacre, the same thing. Ehamufu, the same thing. Some of you are kicking against what our prime minister is doing. What will you call this one? Did you share it on your page? That thing in Finland. Do more than him. Let the whole newspaper, if they don't talk about Biafra, if they don't talk about Simon Ekpa or our Mazen Nandekano, have they talked about you or your father or your coconut head or your Fulani father? Some of you don't have mouths to go and challenge Ijele. Ijele from Germany that they deported for killing someone. You don't have mouth to talk about Asari Dokorobo, who threatened to kill the Igbos, and you don't have anything to say. You don't have mouth to challenge the Fulanese because you are eating crumbs on the floor that fell from their table. How long will you eat that crumbs? The same crumb you are expecting your children to come and eat. The legislators are only 10%. I got waha banando. There are only 10%. We will deal with them. Don't go far. Don't go far. We will deal with them. Our prime minister have told you, if you have anybody, resign. Tell them to resign. I get mekwa hewa. We not see you before we start. We will not stop when it gets your turn. We not see you before we start. And we will not stop. If this kind of burial was in your own village, how many people will remain? If what you are seeing in the picture is happen to be your village, how many will remain? It doesn't concern you. You live in Lagos, or Basakwanoge, or Melana North, or Melana Plateau. How does that concern you? Because you think you are safe. Even in Abuja, oge rotu onya obuna. Oh no, baby, anya baby me sori anebe. It will get to turn by turn Nigeria PLC. If you don't cut this virus and restore Biafra, remember, the Fulani are not going to kill me here in Chicago. You on ground. They're not going to kill our prime minister. You on ground. We'll get it WOTOWOTO. If you don't support what we are doing, you don't call your uncles Ndioke Bongo, North America, to support what we are doing. Let them continue sending you. Nkechi, go and wash plate for me. Wash that car. I'm coming home. Bring children. Come and help me do nanny for free. Things that they pay no less than an hour here to take care of one child here. Onwe nke dị less than $15 per hour. Nanny na agara n'ọnụnụ. Or $30 per hour ka ha na-ana. Maka ị gaghị emenwu ihe dị na ya. Mụnwa anaghị emenwu ndị ihe dị na ya set ka ọ fọkwa gị. But you in the village, they will use you for free. Tell them to pay you per hour when they come home for Christmas. Tell them. Uncle, Ada Biafra from Chicago said then they collect $30 per hour for each child. Calculate 3 of them. Pay me, please. Or because on in America. Auntie, yes, I will take care of these children, no, but bring my money when you are coming back. Or you happy almost they want to be using you, suppressing you. On attacking Aturia Nane. No respect, yeah. Or try and the police and if we catch any police plate number, Nigeria plate number, driving all these people in Biafra land, I got Piawunazo. Our prime minister have given warning because of that before. So let's be waiting. I can't get a feeling. Oh, Okunu prime minister. Oh, when a pastor or what that thing in Finland. Bring that to your plate number. Kai wate na Biafra land. Kai zuwagazu. Kai nyegi woto. You have intimidated our people for so long. Suppress them. Some of them, their father, their grandfather paid money to send you to overseas to go and study. Now, after studying, to give back to the society that made you, in women intimidate. You know, bobu no, you say photo, you stand in snow, say photo, post to all on Facebook and how. And some of you have opportunity to bring your people, your cousins here. You know, you know, enjoy free tax. If you have a child here and you are working, what you will receive is more than $13,000 tax return free every year. Bakoya. It's a play again. Bakoya, what's the go na your uncle na nata for muna bomb or fun. No. That is what they don't want you to enjoy. I want us to bring it back home. If you are working after tax, you will enjoy it. After the year, every year, you will collect at least $10,000 free. That is what they don't want you to enjoy. How wicked and devilish these people are. They have been here 30 years, 40 years. You know doing well. And no support how they do them. When Simon starts, oh, Nandekano is better than this one. Oh. When our leader was doing it, did they support him? No. They did not support him. Oh, I get what tell him ESN. Oh, I get what tell him security. But you never did something. Email. And then we see our people. Some of you were the one that created the Bube Monkey to use our people to buy our people. Some of you created Anyandibo to use our people boys to kill our boys. Have you seen any Boko Haram, any governor from the north talking against Boko Haram? They are the one advocating for them to be in the military. They told you they are their foot soldiers. They're advocating for them to go for school training, for their jihadist training overseas. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. They are the ones advocating for a repentant Boko Haram. You are not sure he repented. Were you there when he repented? Did you see him to come on the camera and say, I'm sorry, I have done this and that. I am now a repented person. I was a Boko Haram before. Have you seen them? Where did you see them? Where? Where did you see them? Minister, welcome. Where did you see them? You did not see them. Oh. You did not see them. And they are telling you they are repented Boko Haram and they have repented. Let's put them in the military. Let's do this one and do that one so that they will now advocate for them to come to the east. And you are telling me we will start asking them, okay, are you Igbo? Oh, you are a military man, but you are Igbo. Okay, stand this side. Okay, this one. Police officer, are you Igbo? Are you from the east? Okay, because of it, okay, stand this. If we catch you, we don't care. All of you are virus. So far, the government of Fulani sent you back to the east to come and deal with our people. You are our target. You are our target. You don't want to resign. If they send you to go and pay my people, remove your uniform. Remove your uniform. Deadline. Our prime minister have said it. Today is deadline. Let me look for it. Deadline about Kenta. No, it be well quite long ago. Will also now. Go and join our prime minister in Twitter. Anything our prime minister tweet, go there and retweet it. Last warning. Today is last day. No mercy again. I'm going to take him piadi. And don't come and tell us that because you are a Biafran, oh no, don't kill us, because if we catch you, ntiri ka get tiri. I'm not good no ya.
Or Biafra person serving in Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Navy, Nigeria Air Force. If you are serving in all these institutions mentioned now and you are very close to Biafra land or you are in Biafra land, resign. Resign. They bring you to Biafra, resign. Because once you have that uniform on, we don't know who you are. You are the enemy and you are our enemy. This is a last warning and last call for you to resign. If you are deployed to Biafra territory to kill, pull off your cloth and resign, and look for contact where you can contact me or some of your group if you want to serve the Biafra army or the Biafra forces. You are welcome. You will be treated and respected. Biafra will value you, and once you fight for Biafra, it is something that you should be proud of. So every one of you that are serving within Biafra territory, today is your last day. Both police, today is your last day. Army, today is your last day. Navy, today is your last day. Except you are not in Biafra land. If you are not in Biafra land, it is your problem. You can die in the north. That is your business. Pull off your cloth and stop killing Biafrans. We'll catch you in that uniform. It does not matter who you are gone.
Did you hear it? Enoria, come play yours. Or did you hear it? If we catch you, you are gone. No mercy. We don't have time to come and be checking, oh, this truck, police truck is carrying 4 Boko Haram and the 10 Biafran soldiers. You are a terrorist. You are our target. I got power gas. We know the fear. Our leader have warned you before. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. Even our prime minister have said it. For people who are lamenting, these soldiers and the police, some of them are our brothers and sisters. So why is it's good to this one. If you have your uncle, your brother, your sister, anybody, the smokers, you don't want to fight for your freedom. It's so Fulani terrorist. It's so Boko Haram. When I be a woman like it. If we catch you, I'm what again. If we catch you, hi. Before I bring in our information minister, please let's listen again. Information minister, is this photo or you want to talk? Please let me play it again. because we are not begging anybody.
We want to use the opportunity to call every personnel, Biafra personnel or Biafra person serving in Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Navy, Nigeria Air Force. If you are serving in all these institutions mentioned now and you are very close to Biafra land or you are in Biafra land, resign. Resign. They bring you to Biafra, resign. Because once you have that uniform on, we don't know who you are. You are the enemy and you are our enemy. This is a last warning and last call for you to resign. If you are deployed to Biafra territory to kill, pull off your cloth and resign. And look for contact where you can contact me or some of your group if you want to serve the Biafra army or the Biafra forces. You are welcome. You will be treated and respected. Biafra will value you, and once you fight for Biafra, it is something that you should be proud of. So every one of you that are serving within Biafra territory, today is your last day. Both police, today is your last day. Army, today is your last day. Navy, today is your last day. Except you are not in Biafra land. If you are not in Biafra land, it is your problem. You can die in the north, that is your business. Pull off your cloth and stop killing Biafrans. We'll catch you in that uniform. It does not matter who you are gone.
Bam. And I want to say something, because I am thinking that these people now, some of the, anyway, we know how to find out who are the infiltrators. I trust our prime minister. Blessed, you wanna speak to Biafrans? 1 minute, 2 minutes. Go ahead, they're hearing you. If you don't want to say your name, go ahead. They're hearing you already.
Okay, my name is Daniel Ndubisi. I'm calling in from Chicago. And I want to encourage our people, because the situation at hand makes it imperative that we don't have any other option but to support Biafra, support our Prime Minister and what he is doing. I used to be an obedient, and I did everything within my power to make sure we could have a peaceful means of being included in Nigeria. But Nigeria rejected Peter Obi, Nigeria rejected Biafrans. And there is nothing more for us to do but to put in everything humanly possible we can do on earth to extricate ourselves from that contraction called Nigeria, because Nigeria is evil. Right now, I'm beginning to get so pissed off, angry at Peter Obi, because he keeps on trying to pretend or infer that there is a hope. Nigeria is hopeless, hopelessly hopeless. A man who is not supporting our Prime Minister and the cause for Biafra, that person is, I don't know what adjective to use to describe that person. I want to encourage all obedience. Everybody who had supported Peter Obi and hoped for a one united Nigeria where Igbo should be given a fair representation, right now we have come to the end of the road. There is no hope. There is no route there. There is no order of hope or hope for the future. And we have to do everything humanly possible to back up our Prime Minister, who is doing marvelous, who is doing great. He has formed the Biafra Liberation Army. He has formed the Biafra Resistance Fighters. And we have to do our best to support them morally and financially and spiritually in our prayer until Biafra is restored. If anyone can tell me, we can say, there is nothing for whatever we are doing today has been done before. Somebody said, well, people will die. Oh, yes, people will have to die. A woman cannot give birth without there being blood. Blood will surely flow for a child to come to life.
Exactly.
To do it because there is no action. When we were not fighting, they were killing us. And when we fight, we will see. When we kill them, they will kill us. As only you said, we kill them, and finally Biafra will come. So there is no going back, and there is no two way about it.
Calm down. You are. I know you are angry. Please calm down so that they will hear you. Calm down. I know you are angry. Calm down. He used to be obedient,
Okay.
So he is now a repentant person. So I know how he's feeling now. So calm down so that Biafra will hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that is the much I have to say. And I'm happy for calling in and having this opportunity to speak one or two things. Peace out.
Thank you. God bless you. That's a wonderful contribution. I know how some of us are feeling, when you try and try and try and you believe in Nigeria and it's not working. Because some of us, we are trying then. Some of us, we are trying, thinking that Nigeria will work. We were all once one Nigeria singers. That was why Onyendu did not see us. That was why you have the likes of Mohammed Abbas. Because they are the ones available. Even Onyendu have to bribe some of them, pay them money because you can't be admin, you can't be this, you can't do this one. Onyendu needed people. Where were our prime minister then? He was a one Nigeria. Where were our information minister? All of us, one Nigeria. So, but Onyendu saw it far away, way back then, before us. If you have not listened, you will not get network. If some of them are hating Simon Ekpa without even listening to him, give that man 30 minutes, watch his video. If you remain the same, then you know you are a Fulani. Listen to Mazin Nandekano, our leader. 30 minutes. If you don't have network in your brain, then you are a Fulani blood. That is it. So it takes all these people you see now singing one Nigeria. Some of them, they are seeing it from their own perspective. If you have time, thank you for sharing. If you have time, calm down and listen to our leaders' words broadcast for just 30 minutes. You will never remain the same. If you watch our prime minister's exposition, 30 minutes, you will never remain the same. Some of them are hating him just because others hate. Some of them are hating me because I'm talking about Biafra. Even when I was one Nigeria singer, I was not hating anybody because I didn't even have time to listen to any of them. That was what is happening to some of them in America here. But you will never, I bet you can never listen to our leaders' broadcast or our prime minister exposition and remain the same. I have been feeling something when I was in Abuja as a teacher, knowing that these people are dragging us backwards. How can our boys, our students, score 80%? Your bastard student score 80. Musa will score 10. And you will tell me, Ada Biafra, a French teacher, that I should pass all of them. Then where are you going with this kind of people? How do you motivate Emeka to score 90? How do you motivate Tunde to score 90? To put more improvement, to score more. We are going backward. The principal, who is a Fulani terrorist, will come and tell me, Obi, I don't want them to go back to street. And I ask you, that street you don't want them to go. Now everybody's supposed to be professor. Now everybody's supposed to be a pilot. Now everybody's supposed to go school. Not be person they convert water to generator. They use water to power generator. You think it's not practical? Before you think the science part of it, you must do some practical by yourself. Do you understand it? So I was feeling cheated already when I was a teacher, when I was still a one Nigerianist. I was not feeling comfortable with what was going on with our Fulani brothers and sisters. How they are forcing us in Abuja as a French teacher in FCT to pass Musa and the Muhammad, all of them that cannot write their name. Some of them will graduate without knowing how to read ABCD. Ike kwere madu daughter. Well, have a classmate, Zainab or Habiba, in JS3 that don't know how to read ABCD. In Pesetas College, the Habiba, they tell you, they use mark, powder, where they call mark that time. Her bag will be filled of makeups, quality makeups. Let me tell you the kind of student I had. All the ministers in Abuja, their children and were in that school. I thought he came with the mad children, 4 of them. You're kidding me. In that made the father and mother to go to jail was my student. All of them, I know all of them. Just come and pay 1.5 million. Your student will be there, your children will be there in Pesteters College. I already saw that we are not going forward with the Fulani terrorists. I already felt it. That was when I now had our leader's speech, our leader's broadcast. You see this man on fire. So you need, thank you for sharing. Share it to all the platforms, all your WhatsApp group, to all your uncles in America, in Canada, enjoying the European and the American stuff, freedom, that refuse you to have freedom. They are the worse than the Fulani terrorists. Because they saw all these things I saw within 2 years and Isikopum. When I now listen to our leaders, yes, Niha, this man is saying is truth. If these people can be enjoying this kind of, there is nothing you cannot enjoy in America. Why? What did America have? Nothing. No mineral resources. The little oil they have, they saved it and milking Africa. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It's a camera. They are seeing it. So you must say it the way it is. I am fighting for my freedom. It is my right. You can't stop me. So what are we saying? Stop hating our prime minister. He needs your support right now. Your children unborn need your support. Your land is about to be taken over by the Fulani without our leader Mazen Nandikan, without our prime minister. Imagine how Biafra land will be. Some of you don't even go home again. Your children will not come back home and you don't care. Some of you don't even speak Igbo to your children. How do they know where they come from? How would they know? One was talking to me this morning. I will give the fuck out of this one. Look at the one they use the F word. That is the kind of children you are bringing up. Who is there? And I'm live, please. What are we saying? What kind of children are you bringing up? What kind of children are we bringing up? Children that don't know where they are going tomorrow? You are not speaking Igbo for them. At least speak Igbo. Kai bido go there bang. Ebaha Jeremiah hejelu jefu ohia. Ina abaha Samson, na abaha nka, na unwere ihe anaghị aza na America. Anaza na abaha nka, na abaha nka. Bring your children. Kuzielu ha Igbo. You can never enter a Yoruba stud house today without saying don't care about you. They will even insult you. You that is a visitor. They will use their language to insult you without minding whether you are there. But you don't want to speak Igbo for them. You don't want to join us. You are saying you are Igbo. I am Igbo. The Igbo land, how far? That Igbo that you claim, yeah, you don't want to be Biafra. Yes. Leave them. Biafra, no, leave them. They are miscreant. Are we still miscreant? Hello? Are we still Biafra? How many times have you seen people calling us Biafra? Excuse me. Do you see them call us Biafra again? Mban. Okwebigo. Ha hogo na akwa mgbochi emego gini. Ekewago. If you are watching me, remember to type free Nnamdi Kanu now until they free our leader unconditionally. We will not stop until we restore Biafra. Nigerian military or anything in our territory, all of them, Let me give you this information for people in Onitsha. If you have lived in Onitsha, MCC Road, from Opiweka to CKC, Boromi, from Opiweka to Boromi, can you pass there? Can you ever pass there? Opiweka to Boromi, Onitsha. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you can never pass that place. Why? The military in that cantonment have been killing our people, cutting their private parts. Chichikodogi in that place. Boss don't stop people there. If you want boss to stop you, the people in that bus will be fighting and their hypertension will reach 1,000. Who are the people there dealing with our people? The military people in that barracks. They will kidnap them, kill them, cut their private parts and bury them in the shallow grave and put their private parts in the freezer. And our prime minister raised alarm 2 years ago. And nobody said nothing. You that is fighting our prime minister, fighting Nnamdi Kanu, you cannot say nothing. You live in Onitsha and you know what I'm saying. Those people are military men. Also, we must deal with them. You know what I'm talking. You live in Onitsha. You know the axis I'm talking about. Military cantonment is opposite the bus stop, but people don't alert there. You can never stop there. Once it's 7 o'clock. Even if you are a Biafran soldier in that cantonment, even if you are a police officer, and you are one of them, we must get you. As it is now, we don't want any cantonment functional in Biafra land. We have our men. We will do our own. We are not backing down, no. We are not backing down. This is the time. Fire for fire. If you know what you are doing, that is good for this freedom. Hype it. Hype it. We want it. More flames. More gasoline inside. We must restore Biafra. Biafra is our home. We must release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And don't think that we don't know what to do. We are taking step by step. Aso Rock is not hard for us to bring down. That Aso Rock, it is not hard for us to bring down. But we are taking it step by step. Because the game changer is in charge. If you hate him, do more. Do more than what he's doing. Let the zoo military and the zoo government be posting your names here and there. Call Finland. They have accused Finland of because of our oil, Biafra oil. That's why you are supporting Simon. That is why you are supporting Biafra. That they will not give them the oil. Oil in our own. No? You decry. You have gold, but you are giving the Saudi Arabians. You are giving the Dubai your gold. The gold belongs to the north, but my oil belongs to the world. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The oil that is in my backyard, that none of my uncle, none of my relatives have oil wells, is what you are telling Finland. Finland is rich. You don't need it. Even as I'm telling you right now, America needs Finland more than Finland needs them. America needs Finland more than Finland needs them. No country in this world needs Finland more than Finland needs them. Go and ask questions because you know here, they will be hyping. Any small thing, we must restore Biafra. Biafra restoration is our duty. We must do it. We are not waiting for anybody, because if you're waiting for somebody, who did America wait for when they were fighting for their freedom? They will come. There will be time. They will be the one. You see the companies that are running away. The countries that are folding are running away from Nigeria. They will come when we restore Biafra. Watch out. They know why they are running away. All these companies folding, running away, packing to Ghana. They will come back to Biafra. Mark my word. Because they know that terrorists will come to buy them. They know that Nigeria have finished. They know that Biafra is here. They will come back when we restore Biafra. Thank you for joining me. Our information minister, I don't know how many. Let's listen to our prime minister again first before. Listen to this. I want you to hear it several times.
We want to use the opportunity to call every personnel, Biafra personnel or Biafra person serving in Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Navy, Nigeria Air Force. If you are serving in all these institutions mentioned now and you are very close to Biafra land or you are in Biafra land, resign. Resign. They bring you to Biafra, resign. Because once you have that uniform on, we don't know who you are. You are the enemy and you are our enemy. Is a last warning and last call for you to resign. If you are deployed to Biafra territory to kill, pull off your cloth and resign, and look for contact where you can contact me or some of your group if you want to serve the Biafra army or the Biafra forces. You are welcome. You will be treated and respected. Biafra will value you, and once you fight for Biafra, it is something that you should be proud of. So every one of you that are serving within Biafra territory, today is your last day. Both police, today is your last day. Army, today is your last day. Navy, today is your last day. Except you are not in Biafra land. If you are not in Biafra land, it is your problem. You can die in the north, that is your business. Pull off your cloth and stop killing Biafrans. We'll catch you in that uniform. It does not matter who you are gone.
Thank you, our Prime Minister. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, everybody that joined this. Thank you, Information Minister. I know you are busy. Thank you, Biafra, Betty, our sister Betty. Betty, do you have anything to join before I close down? You know, my program is only a short time. Hello, are you there?
I am here. My sister, I'm not feeling very well.
It's okay. Get well soon. Don't worry.
I'm just listening. You are doing very well.
Okay, thank you so much. Biafrans and our lovers of freedom, anywhere you are joining us, make sure you share this video, share the little advice and little evangelism, because I call it evangelism. We are no more agitating. We are restoring Biafra. We have passed the stage of agitation. We are no more agitating. We are telling it the way it is. We are giving them WOTOWOTO. How many of you are happy of the music you are hearing this time? We are giving them what they want. The music they need to hear is what they are hearing right now. So we are not backing down. Whatever they bring, we bring double up on it. And if our boys can get down what is on air, all the granite inside becomes our own. If they bring their halos, their tucano, anything they bring, we will destroy it. And all granite inside, we convert it to our own. That's where we are now. The level we are operating, we are not looking back. We have crossed the Rubicon. Our leader have told you, we have crossed the Rubicon. Yagazian, may God bless all our Biafran people all over the world. Igbo n'aka na ị ga-ebute, Igbo n'aka ka Igbo ebute, Igbo n'ihe ị ga-ebute, Igbo n'azụ ị ga-ebute. Ya dịrị gị na mma, dịrị Okeke na mma, dịrị Mgbakọ na mma, dịrị ụmụnne m na mma all over the world. I love you guys. Okike Abiama love you more. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Remember to write our code. Remember Ada Biafra code. 5 codes. Hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu now. Number 1 code. Hashtag Biafra referendum now. Number 3. Hashtag Biafra is our home. Hashtag Biafra is our last hope. Number 5. Hashtag Fulani the terrorist. We have our information minister. Welcome, sir.
Obi Biafra from Chicago. I salute you.
Okay.
Hello, my
Biafra, I salute you.
Thank you very much.
I salute all lovers of freedom and all Biafrans all over the world. Biafra, thank you for keeping the fire burning and for sending the message the way it is, raw, pure, and clean. Appreciate your work. We must continue. So, Biafra has set the fire burning and set the ball rolling, and now let me look for another sword to cut some legs of Fulani terrorists. All right, we must continue. There is
Please make sure you share it. Share it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking.
okay, thank you. I had to pursue some people that are making noise here so that they can go far. If not so, they will come and distract what we are doing. We are not home, we are at work. So when we are at work, we are facing too many miscreants. We want to appreciate Onyendu first and foremost for being the man that has made all of us to understand what freedom is all about. This one way Twitter not allow me to see anything. Muna allow me, I want to pick some publications. Okay. Without Onyendu being our supreme leader, believe you me, Biafrans would have turned to manures in the hands of the Fulani terrorists. Without our indomitable PM coming to be the man of the moment, I tell you that one Nigerian terrorist would have used us to play coupons. These are some things people need to understand. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, you need to understand some things that happened. Our Prime Minister have been fighting a battle that some of you may not understand. It wasn't an easy thing for him to go through everything that happened. Blackmail, slander, propaganda of all kinds, and all what you could ever think of had been leveled on our Prime Minister. But consistency kept him stronger and stronger to this very day. Please, as you join us, do us the favor of sharing and liking the broadcast, as others will be joining us in no time. So, without Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafran people, Iyamufu massacre would have escalated to another region. Without Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Uli massacre and Iyala massacre would have escalated into another region. Without Mazi Simon Ekpa, Oyafia massacre would have escalated into another region. Izombe massacre would have escalated into another region. The one that happened in the Onitsha market would have escalated into another region. The problems, the genocide, the massacre, the economic jihad would have continued in a very large scale. It takes a courageous man to be able to defend his people. It takes a man of valor, a man of steel to stand the test of time. So all these massacres that have happened, the one that happened in 2017 in Nkor, the one that happened when Biafrans were just jubilating over the victory of Donald Trump, the one that happened in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house when they went to kill him, the one that has happened in many other places, the one that happened in Emene when Biafrans were having their meeting in Enugu, the ones that happened in Ikwacha, the ones that happened in Obibo. Which massacre will you talk of that the Biafran people have not seen before now? But you know what? The unveiling of the Biafran Liberation Army has changed the tide of the event. That is why you see one Nigerian terrorist crying and asking for something else. You see, when you come out and then you start crying and you say you are one Nigeria, that is when we go into the War Council to prepare something else that we are going to feed you. We thank the tenacity of our BM. There are much you people may not understand that the Biafran people are going to do to the Zoo terrorists. They have just started crying, and we are just in the Genesis. We have not gotten to the Exodus, not even to Leviticus, or not even to the book of Numbers. We are still at Genesis, the book of Genesis, on liberating the Biafran people. For them, the template we have for them, we are at the Genesis part of it. So, for them to start crying now shows the firepower, the strength of the Biafra Liberation Army. This is one thing you need to give kudos to the Biafran Liberation Army. First, they say, oh, Finland is supporting Biafra because of oil and gas. Oh my God. Finland does not need your oil and gas. Finland never made use of your oil and gas before now. Finland did not come to support the genocide of 66 to 70s for the prospect of oil and gas. Finland fought for their own freedom, and they understand what freedom is all about. So when they see someone that is fighting for freedom, who have been oppressed, massacred, destroyed, blackmailed, slandered, they can stand to defend that person because they know what freedom is all about. They fought a cold, bloody war. It was a cold, bloody war. A cold, bloody war was what the people of Finland fought for them to be free. So going down to Anambra State, okay, that is not Anambra, that is Oluwalemba in Nsukka. So Oluwalemba in Nsukka have set up another groups of terrorists in uniform. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, we saw same post from Anambra State, where Soludo also set up a terrorist task force, which they use to extort money from the Biafran people, and if you don't pay, they will take you away from that place. And wherever they take you to, you have to pay money before you can finish your work there. And they will take your money from your bank account. They will use POS to swap your money. Warning has been given to these people. Just like the video that Ada Biafra played before. If you are serving the interests of the enablers, the terrorists in one Nigeria, and you are wearing any uniform, be it task force, be it civil defense, be it army, be it Air Force, be it Navy, be it police, be it whatever, as far as you are serving the interests of one Nigeria, you are an enemy to the indigenous people of Biafra. Because the Zoo terrorists have declared war against the indigenous people of Biafra. So if you're on their side, you are aiding and abetting the genocide that will happen to your people. You are a straightforward enemy to the indigenous people of Biafra. So if you know what is good for you, for those of you in these uniforms in the state of Oluwalemba and also in the state of Soludo, go and pull this uniform and stop this nonsense that you are doing. If not so, we will send you later that you will read the content and understand the interpretations. This is Biafra land, and this is not Southern Kaduna. This is not Northern Kaduna. This is not Sokoto. This is not Borno. This is not Niger. This is not Maiduguri. This is not Zamfara State. This is not Abuja. This is not Kaduna. This is Biafra land. Our own are just slow and low voice with the use talk am. We know the jump come out for seat they talk am. Make it nothing say we must bring down the roof before we talk am finish. But now when the actions are to be taken, that is when you see, and then you come back to give us the result. The just concluded 3-day sit at home has set another pace for Biafrans to understand the legitimacy of the BRGIE and the Supreme Prime Minister of the Biafran people, who has stood his ground to make sure Biafrans are saved from the hands of the terrorists. So, anyone that wants to showcase his or her madness in the name of governor or enablers, be ready to face the music that is coming to you. All right. Now, let us go here. Breaking. Vanguard. Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic Government in Exile, says, the government of BRGIE has backed the call by the Nigerian government on non-kinetic solution to end agitation in the southeast. This is what the one Nigerian terrorist wrote. The question you should ask them is, are you done with the kinetics that you have been using against the Biafran people? All the massacre that I have called names about the Biafran people massacred, mutilated, and destroyed, they all came from the kinetics that they use. And I will do well to play a video of the officer commanding in Ebonyi State who just declared another Operation Golden Dawn on the indigenous people of Biafra. They did not say that they are coming to do any other thing. They said their aim and objective of this operation that they have launched is to come to kill the indigenous people of Biafra so that you can stop them from talking about Biafra. And this is inside Biafra land. So you need to remind them and make them to understand that they are in Biafra land and that they are not in their own motherland.
The governor of the state himself obeys the sit at home on Monday, and then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit at home, and government shut down on Mondays. It means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast from Finland.
The more they attack me, the stronger I become. Because it is like you are pouring fuel in the strength that is in me. So bring it on. But I'm telling you today that we have been able to defeat them. We have Chikota Hanchaninono and defeated them. What we have done to Nigeria and their agent in Biafra struggle is that we gathered them together. This particular sit at home, I told you people, will be the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. You see, the actions, the activities of Biafrans in this sit at home have gathered all the sabos together, all the saboteur together, and we defeated them. Bam! It is mysterious. How many of you will ever believe in this life that everybody will gang up against Biafra?
Okay, we must continue. That was just to refresh your memory to understand what we stand for. Tomorrow is our Biafran Go fundraising. And so remember to be part and parcel of it. And before I continue with this post here, let me put something on the screen because I want to talk about the fundraising before I go to the next thing first. Let's put this on so that everyone will be on the same page with us and understand what we are doing. Watch this announcement. This announcement says independent media hands and the loyal BRGIE media team are hereby informed to forthwith make their reportage with hashtag BLA, that is Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, Biafra National League, and Biafra Air Force. The above are the official armed forces of BRGIE as a government. So stop tagging hashtag ESN. We are now a government, and that is the reason why the army of Biafra was unveiled on this very day. Do you understand the point? So we want you henceforth, when you are reporting anything about the armed forces of Biafra, make use of Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, Biafra Navy, and Biafra Air Force, so that the awareness will go deep. We understand what we are doing, and we are making sure the zoo terrorists remove everything that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at this point, because they will say, oh, it is the ESN of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, it is the Biafran Republic Government in Exile Armed Forces, the Biafran Liberation Army. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not here now. He was here when he launched the ESN. The ESN was not an army. The ESN was a security network to safeguard the lands of Biafra, to protect the Biafran people from being annihilated by the Fulani terrorists that invaded our communities. He did say, this is not an army, but this is what? A security network to protect our women and children and to keep our land safe and sound. He did say, when it is time for an army, we shall unveil the army. And then the army has been unveiled and launched by his spiritual son, the Prime Minister of the Indigenous People of Biafra. So henceforth, we oblige you all to make use of your reportage of BRGIE, Biafran Liberation Army. Thank you so much. So tomorrow is our fundraising. Please make sure you turn up for the fundraising tomorrow. Visit this our website at your leisure time and drop every coin that you have.
Friends all over the world, let us continue to support Eastern Security Network and Biafra Liberation Army. Every day they stand in the gap to defend us and only need our support to do the work they do. For the safety, security, and freedom of our communities. Let us do this together. Go to www.ipobinUSA.org/DONATE. Also go to www.biafrarepublicgov.org/DONATE, where you can pay your liberation tax. We also accept donations on PayPal and Zelle. Just use the email address biafragov.org@gmail.com. For those in USA, we also accept donations or Cash App at $BIAFRAGOV. Freedom is not free, and together we restore it.
Yes, I played that video of the jingle on purpose so that you will hear ESN there. And now we are telling you, don't be using ESN again. You have to be using Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, and Biafran Navy and the Biafran Air Force. And we must continue. Thank you so much. Let's go back to where we were before we got down here. We were somewhere before we got down here. Please do us the favor of not calling this number because we are on a live broadcast now. Okay, we were talking about the non-kinetic madness of the one Nigerian terrorist. Yes, whichever way or angle that you are coming from, our PM have the medicine for you. The Biafran people have the medicine for you. So what we are saying is that you people have been using the kinetics to massacre Biafrans from 1900 to this very day. And what we have been doing is to agitate. Listen to me very well. I said what we have been doing has been to agitate when you were massacring Biafrans. And now you are talking about ending the agitation when you use non-kinetics. Listen very well. You've been massacring us for years, and we've been agitating, running to people and asking for aid, complaining and crying, writing petitions. Now, we no longer agitate. So this, your agitation as a word, maybe it is for the IPOB Nigeria, because they are still agitating. The Biafran Republic government in exile are not agitating. What they are doing is that they are liberating everything that stands on the road of Biafra. I don't know if you people have finished massacring Biafrans that you now start talking about using non-kinetics. Are you fed up of using guns and bullets, armor tankers, RPG, grenades, and spraying chemicals from the Super Tucano and the choppers on Biafrans? Are you done using army to invade Biafra land, to shoot at women and children? Are you done shooting at a baby? A baby that cannot hurt a fly, but an ant can hurt that baby, but that baby cannot even hurt that ant. Are you done shooting that baby with AK-47 in the belly? And you're now talking about using non-kinetic. No. I don't know why you want to go for non-kinetic. Continue using your force. Continue using the power, the energy that you have to clamp down on the Biafran people, to massacre them and to cut their heads off and mutilate them and use their organs to sell for a price of $225,000 for those that knows the value of our organs. Are you guys done doing this? Or are you done kidnapping for ransom and collecting 200 million naira, 100 million naira, 500 million naira? If you don't pay, they waste you. Your family will come and pick your debris on the ground even after you pay the money. Fulani terrorists, are you done kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because when you kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and torture him, incarcerated him for days before you later Max came and brought him to Nigeria, it was kinetics that you used. So are you done using the kinetics on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Are you done using the kinetics on Mazi Simon Ekpa, that you will place bounty on his head? Are you done with that? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in your dungeon, and then you have the guts to come out to be talking about using non-kinetics when you have not released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The more you keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the more your cry will increase. But you know what? When we tell you that we accept or back your statement or your words, we say it with all loyalty. And we know what we are doing. Just like you hear our PM tell you, I forgive Ndimburumini Ohaneze Ndibo. I forgive Ndimburumini senators of the East. Our forgiveness is for you to hear. The forgiveness of Biafra, after you have massacred Biafrans in thousands. It is God that will decide the way and manner you need to be forgiven. Our own is to send you to judgment. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention, and you don't need to come out to be talking rubbish. That is why our Prime Minister gave you people the conditions that will suit you. And these conditions are as follows. The conditions are like this. Reacting to the Tinubu's position, Ekpa demanded that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. That is number one demand. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. With all this nonsense that you people wrote here. First of all, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like I just said. He's in your dungeon. And then you're talking about going to non-kinetics when you have not released him yet. The first crime you committed was to go and kidnap him. Now you have not absorbed yourself of that crime. And you're now talking about, I want to make use of non-kinetics. Our brothers and sisters are all in your detentions, which you massacre and kidnap because they carry the flag of Biafra and then they speak Biafra. And you're coming to speak non-kinetics to us. Your foot soldiers are sent into Biafra land even as we speak. We are engaging them and bombarding them every day. There is no day that the Biafran Liberation Army are not at war with you people. And you're coming to talk about non-kinetics. It's only fools that does not understand what we are doing and what the army of Biafra are doing on a daily basis that will take you people serious. So, if you have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in your detention and then you're coming to talk about a non-kinetic solutions, first of all, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, number one condition. Number two, you now acknowledge the legitimacy of BRGIE with the map that has been set out by the Biafran people, that they are a government of their own and they have nothing to do with one Nigeria, and then by proxy declaring a referendum for themselves. Are you understanding our conditions? So if you're dancing to the tune of the monkeys, understand which way you need to throw away your leg, because we are not here to do what other people have been doing for years and then we expect to make a difference. No. In this very time, we have to do it in a different way with a different pattern so that you can see the difference. Do not expect us to come and do things the same way that others have done for the past 12 years and then you are expecting a different result. That is why our Prime Minister is called Obato Obie. He is here to do the finishing. Our conditions did not stop there. When you acknowledge BRGIE legitimacy, and then you understand that we are here to declare Biafra by declaring a referendum for the region, that is number two. First is resist Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then acknowledge BRGIE, then acknowledge the fact of our referendum, and then conduct it. Number three. Now, four, you now remove all the zoo terrorists that you have in Biafra land. Understand it though? Remove all the zoo terrorists that you have in Biafra land. Then you now remove all the checkpoints that you have in Biafra land, which have been extorting money from Biafran people for years, since 1960 to 70s, after the genocide. The blockade and the imposition of the forceful checkpoint in Biafra land have been to instill fear on the Biafran people so that you will not have the courage, you will not have the strength, you will not have the ability or the conviction of even coming into Biafra cause anymore. Because when you move around and then you see checkpoint everywhere, you will be afraid now. You say, hey, this one that checkpoint full everywhere. If I talk Biafra, they will kill me. If I say Biafra, they will massacre me. So they place the checkpoint for a reason from 1960 to 70 after the genocide to this very day for a reason. So now, the Biafran people have been at war since 1970s, which some of you claim that the war had ended. The war did not end. The systematic war did not end. That is why Biafra land, you see checkpoints everywhere to extort money from you and to also make you to look imbecilic in your mental thinking. So, when you remove the checkpoint, you take out your terrorists out of Biafra land, and then we will listen to you to hear if you are talking about restoring peace. Now, coming to talking about restoring peace, we want to make something very clear. Peace is where there is no presence of massacre. Peace is where there is no presence of genocide. Peace is where there is no presence of terrorist army bombing the people in their communities. Peace is where there is no presence of Fulani terrorists in army uniforms moving from houses to houses, telling you that they are coming to hunt down indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. And then they'll tell you you are ESN. Because you are ESN or because you are IPOB affiliate, you have committed a crime. That you have committed a crime to answer a name. I don't know in which law that forbids anybody freedom of association, freedom of identity, freedom of worship, and freedom of expression. I thought they said there is human right, and I thought they said there is democracy. So where is the democracy in your own context? You move from people to people's houses in Biafra land. This is what you do. As far as they are Biafrans, you pick them out. That is how some of our youth, we don't see them anymore. We end up seeing them in the far north and in the Niger State dungeon, police station and camps and the barracks where they go and chain them down there. When some people are arrested in broad daylight, when others are able to picture and video it and send it out, when they now take you to Abuja, on getting to Abuja and Niger and Kaduna and Kano and Borno, you now get to go and see someone that had missed for like 1 year ago, which the family have even forgotten about him, thinking that he is dead, not knowing that one Nigerian terrorist kidnapped him from his house in the name of, say, he is a Biafran, he is IPOB, he is ESN, he is ESN commander. You now go and see him inside detention after like a year or two. Then when you finally find yourself back, you come to give us the story back home. That is, the people who now start having the joy again that their family brother or sister is still alive. So peace is where there is no presence of this abduction, no kidnapping, and no terrorist invasion. No cutting of our women into two and removing their babies and everything inside of them. No shooting of our baby in broad daylight with AK-47 that is supposed to use to fight the terrorists, but you're coming to use AK-47 to fight an innocent baby. That is where you'll be talking about peace. What we do in Biafra land is not to give you people peace, because people have been massacring Biafrans for ages. Now we have prison up. The Biafran Liberation Army are the ones not allowing you to rest anymore, because you have been resting. You sleep in your barracks. The barracks that are domiciled in Biafra land, you just sleep. You eat our food, drink our water. You even chop everything that is in Biafra land, both human beings and crops and whatever. You enjoy it in Biafra land. You even marry some of our women and take some of them as concubines. You take some of them as slaves. You take some of them as sex slaves. You use them and do whatever you want to do with them, and then you dump them. And then we just keep quiet. And now you still come upon that to massacre them again. You move around, you do all sort of things that you want to do in Biafra land. If they open their mouth to raise Biafra flag, you shoot them. They will send you go and shoot them to death. You will go and do it. Enough is enough. We've been crying and weeping and lamenting and protesting. That time have come and gone. Now it's time for liberation. Operation tit for tat. Operation every python in Biafra land must die. You must go down the way you came. The same coin that you use to measure it to the Biafran people, we use the other side of the coin to measure it back to you. And you must collect the WOTOWOTO. Our aims and objective is to make sure the WOTOWOTO continues as we destroy the terrorists in uniform in Biafra land. It is not business as usual. It is a new dawn, and it is a different dispensation under the leadership of our Prime Minister. You will continue to collect it. Collect it the way you deserve it. So when you're talking of peace, Biafran people have the most peaceful arena in Nigeria. It is Biafra land that is the safest place for one to be because of the existence of Eastern Security Network that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created. When the opera of the genocide invaded everywhere, it was Eastern Security Network that MNK created and launched that came to safeguard Biafra land and to expunge the terrorists. So that security group was to secure our people and to protect so that you will not come and be cutting them every day into pieces. Until we now moved from an ordinary group that was agitating into a well-organized government with all legitimacy in our palms, the legitimacy to own an army, the legitimacy to defend Biafra land, legitimacy to have a political party and to conduct a referendum, legitimacy to issue ID cards and own a database system and conduct everything in synergy for the Biafran people. The legitimacy to engage in armed struggle, the legitimacy to engage in political, the legitimacy to engage in diplomatic, both national, international, and otherwise. The government of BRGIE are in charge. It is that peace that we are giving to the Biafran people, Biafran Liberation Army. So when you people are talking about restoring peace in the Southeast, the peace that you're talking about is the pieces that you people have set in Biafra land. Working with the enablers that we have, like the senators, the governors, the ministers, and all whatnot, that is working for the interests of one Nigeria because of their pocket and their families who are domiciled in far UK, Switzerland, Dubai, America. That is where all their families are domiciled. So they can come and sell off the intestines and the heart and everything that every living being in one Nigeria have. Then they will now go and have a safe haven in another man's country, selling them out in anticipation. Even babies that have not been born, your senators have signed documents to sell off their intestines. And then you ask them the kind of wickedness that it is. So for us to have peace in Biafra land, we have to destroy the terrorists. You people are the terrorists that is coming. So when you're talking about restoring peace, it's because we have been giving you people WOTOWOTO. Because of you people causing havoc in Biafra land. Because of people not allowing our women and children to sleep peacefully and to walk about and to move from point A to point B in the midnight and come back without pondering whether he or she will be kidnapped. That is how Biafra land had been. Remember when I was still in technical school and then I went for my IT. Where I served, I had to be going back from midnight. And I will walk through the community or walk through where I worked and then get back home like 5 kilometers. I'll walk a long distance without being afraid because the environment was safe. That is far back as at 2006 and 7. But try that today in one Nigeria, you yourself will not even have the courage to do it. Before you even move, you will call somebody to ask, is this environment secure? Are Fulani terrorists around here? How is the modus operandi? Because the invasion of the terrorists have taken over everywhere. What we have been doing is to make sure we maintain peace and order for the Biafran people. We have men and women that have volunteered their life, their comfort, and their pleasure to make sure that we have a land and a home called Biafra. And that is the Biafran Liberation Army. Volunteer armies who are not on payrolls, but they are volunteer armies who only do what? Decide to defend their motherland with everything in their blood, without thinking of what they will get in appreciation. They are not on salary. They are all volunteer armies doing the work of Biafra just to safeguard Biafran people. So, Southeast, as people claim to be calling it, which is Biafra land, and you must understand that there is nothing like Southeast. There is nothing like South-South. There is nothing like Niger Delta. There is nothing like Coastal. Listen very well. what you have is Biafra. Beginning from the lower Benue, coming down, you count all the indigenous people of Biafra land. Wherever your father or your mother used to tie 2 pieces of wrapper, you are a Biafra. Do not allow this ideology of the zoo terrorists to enter your brain. I know when I say there is nothing like Niger Delta, Southside, Coastal, and Igbo, some people will start attacking me. Please understand it very well. This has been a way of creating a divide and rule and a divide and conquer system. And when I say there's nothing like Coastal, I don't mean to demean the office of the coastal region. Please, make una no go quote me wrong. What I want is for you to understand that you are all Biafrans. That office was created for what? Reunification degree. Reunification degree. All of you were scattered and shattered with the idea of you are the enemy to this person, you are the enemy to this person, you are the enemy to this person, because of tribes and ethnicities. So what PM did was to make use of that name that has been in your brain, Coastal, to reunite all of you, a reunification degree. So now, when you look at your state and the map of Biafra, you don't see anything like Coastal State. What you see is the name of your state. You will see Alanso State, you see Odumegu State, you see Ebube State, you see Kwa State, you see Don State, you see Ikom. So you will now be calling yourself based on the name of your state. The map that shows is telling you United States of Biafra. So understand it's very clear that there is nothing like Southeast, there is nothing like South-South, there is nothing like Niger Delta. It is Biafra. Do not allow the enemies of Biafra to sow this seed of discord in your brain for it to continue to grow. No. So while we ask one Nigerian terrorist these questions, are you done with the kinetics that you're now looking for non-kinetics? They are unable to answer the question. So we want now to explain to you what led to them talking about kinetics and non-kinetics. Is it that they just slept and woke up yesterday? It is the firepower of the Biafran Liberation Army. That is it. You see how they bury people when they kill you? This is what happened. This is Amnesty International. PM unveiled something here, that the Amnesty International is another corrupt body. Amnesty International, since 2000 and BRGIE, since 2000 and BRGIE, they have existed. And all the massacre of Biafrans in Biafra land have been reported by Amnesty International. Yet, it doesn't go to anywhere. Now, remember something also, that in the United Nations office or council, or whether in the International Criminal Court, there had been a Biafran that had been the whether president or secretary of that place for like 2-3 years. And that was when the issue of the massacre of the Biafran people was heightened, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was still leading the agitation for the liberation of the Biafran people. But these evil people never for once brought the matter to the table and said, let us resolve it and talk about it. No, they did not. Because their aim and objective is to collect money and then overlook every other thing. Amnesty International have stockpiles of documentations of the genocide of the Biafran people in Biafra land. But nothing has happened. You did not hear Amnesty International bring the aid to shatter. You did not hear them call God from heaven to come down. You did not hear them call Satan to come and destroy the aid or to come and destroy God. But you see that as they massacre the people in southern, or whether northern or western or eastern Kaduna, you now see that Amnesty International is writing and helping them. Continue to write, though. But there's something you should understand. That if one Nigeria for a long time have not done anything or allowed anything that Amnesty International submitted to go through, you should understand that there is something behind it. Look at it here. The hate against the Biafra people are too much. You will be shocked and surprised who is in charge of Amnesty International in Nigeria. His name is Isa Sanusi. Now they hear him? So they have Islamized Amnesty International and they can't report anything in Biafra land. But that of Kaduna will be reported and showcased and taken to the highest level. You see, all the genocide that have happened in Biafra land is something that is mind-blowing, and if well listened to and attention given, Biafra would have gotten their independence long time ago. But because you have this jihadist conquest agenda that has been well planned long time, and then they put their people in strategic positions. This is why we are angry when we have the likes of Soludo as the central bank governor of one Nigeria for how long? We have the likes of what is the name of this one that just left? This last one that just left that is facing Emefiele. Okay, Emefiele. And then we now also have non-entities like Godswill Akpabio. We have a Fulefus like Anyim Payos Anyim. We have Ndiocha like this one that is now parading himself as Ohaneze Ndigbo chairman or president. We have useless people that when they go into any position, what they look at is their pocket. They are not looking at any other thing that will bring freedom to their people or development. They just look at their pockets. That is it. But you see Fulani terrorists, what they do is that they will place their people in strategic positions to use it and control and play the mind game, so that whatever comes to a particular office will be shut down. You now go to the central bank, you have them there, they will control it. You go to this amnesty, rubbish, they will shut it down there. You go to the army, you have them. You go to the Air Force, you have them. You go to the police, you have them. You go to the Navy, you go to the maritime industry. Anywhere you go, every ministry, they have themselves stationed there. For a purpose of what? Conquest. They have to work ahead, plan ahead. If it takes them 50 years or 40 years, they'll do it. But you know, our own is that we love to go and look for akara, go and look for the new t-shirt that is in town. We love to go and look for the new champagne that is in town. We love to go and look for the latest iPhone to carry. We love to go and look for the latest champagne that is out in the market. We are the one that consumes the most expensive champagne. And we are the one that wears the most expensive t-shirt. And even the t-shirts are not even produced in Nigeria. The t-shirts are produced in China. The t-shirts are produced in Spain, produced in Italy, produced in Portugal, produced in Brazil, produced in France. And you cannot produce anything. But you decide to be a consuming fire. A consuming fire. Everything that you work for, you use it to be consuming what other people produce. While other people have turned their country to labor markets and production markets and exportation market. What you do is importation consumption machine. Importation consumption machine. If you have any opportunity to be in one place that you should have used to aid Biafra and aid the freedom of your people, what you rather do is that you use it to kill the voice of the Biafran people. You see, you see all of them today, right? Okay. The positions they find themselves as senators and leaders, what they do is to use it against the indigenous people of Biafra. Iwanyanwu has issued a statement condemning the bombing of the Fulani terrorists in Kaduna State. But Iwanyanwu did not condemn the same Fulani terrorist army shooting the baby in Uli on the belly, where the intestine floated out to the ground. Iwanyanwu saw the video but could not condemn it. The same thing happens to Peter Obi. Peter Obi saw the lifeless body of that baby shot with AK-47 by Fulani terrorist army, which he himself wore the uniform of Fulani terrorists. And with the uniform that he wore, he could not win elections. They could not even use his uniform to credit him, to allow him to win elections, even with the uniform that he wore. So that is to tell you that even with the uniform, you are still useless. And there are no chances for you. Thank you. Sorry for the distraction. That is another soldier of Biafra coming to disturb me. All right, we must continue. Iwanyanwu was so swift to condemn the terrorists in the north. Peter Obi have done same. Before you know it, they will go and donate money and give the Northern Caliphate. But these same non-entities, these same idiotos, cannot open their stinky mouth and their smelling gutter to say anything about the same terrorists coming to massacre their own people in Biafra land. You see, when Biafra comes and when Biafra is restored, when the United States of Biafra stands jikigba like this, and then we implement all the laws, there are people that will be kept inside one place, and then we lock them for ages because they have caused penury to the Biafran people. They have aided and abetted the genocide ongoing in Biafra land, directly and indirectly. Do you see Gumi today? This is the biggest advocate and the spokesperson of the Fulani terrorists. After Gumi, the Fulani terrorists choose Buhari to be their spokesperson. So if they don't see Gumi, they will choose the impostor in Azoro as Buhari. This is the person now who told you that you should never vote for anybody that is coming to kill the Fulani terrorists because they are the soldiers of the Caliphate, they are the freedom fighters of the North, that they are working for the interests of the North, the Northern agenda, which is jihad. When Obidiot came out for elections, he told you that you will make the worst mistake if you go to vote for Obi, that you should never allow Obi to come to be. Obi, with his stupidity, still went to go and collect Fulani uniform and wear, and still went to come and snap photos with them and dine with them and say, I am wearing the uniform of Fulani, please, can you go say, allow me? They still told you that you are an infidel because you're smelling, because you don't merit to eat from the same plate with them. Today, many people may have seen the opera that is coming out from the northern criminal terrorist leaders after their same terrorists launched a strike on some people that were made to be known to be unarmed civilians in some places. We want you to understand something, that before the senators of the North, before the Fulani leaders, terrorists of the North, like this one you see on the screen, comes out to be talking and shouting about this bomb strike on the civilians in Kaduna, you should understand that the people that were bombed and massacred are no Christians. This is one point you need to understand. Because if I should ask you, how many times have we not reported bombing by Fulani terrorist army in Niger, in Benue, in Sokoto, in Nasarawa, in Kaduna, in Kano, in Borno, in Meduguri? we have reported series and series and series of bombing and genocide and massacre. So where was Gumi that he did not come out to speak when it was Christians that were massacred? Where was the northern senators that they did not come out to bring the matter in the National Assembly when every other person were massacred in the Benue? Where were they that they did not bring the matter to the National Assembly when every baby, the videos are there now, the photos are there. You want me to play one video now where a pastor in Weda Kaduna is saying, oh, they need to come to their aid, oh, they have massacred us, oh, God will raise a people to come and fight for them. I say, God will raise people to come and fight for you, instead of you to arm your men, to start brainstorming and get provoked. The more you remain unprovoked, the more the terrorists will come in and to be massacring you day by day. These are videos that happen in the same Kaduna, but because this one has to do with what? Christians. You did not see Gumi, a Fulani terrorist leader, coming to advocate for the army to be sanctioned, because the people that they massacred all along, they were no Fulanis. The people that they massacred all along were Christians. So this is what we want you to understand. It's not just Gumi coming out to come and write, I won't support bombing wives of IPOB members. Gumi on Kaduna is right. What is the reason why Gumi is talking? What is the reason why the northern Fulani senators are talking about the issue? As issues of this kind, where the numbers of massacre have gone over 500, 750, 1,000, in other places in Kaduna and Borno and Sokoto and Meduguri and Zamfara not happen, it has happened. So where was Gumi then? Where were the senators of the North then that they did not bring the matter up in the Senate and in the National Assembly and in the House of Assembly, or whatever house they call it, House of Doom and House of Demons and House of Red and Yellow and Brown envelopes? Where were they? So the lives of those people did not matter. The lives of people that were massacred in Sabongari, where you have the Biafran people dominated, largely dominated. The lives of those people there were not important for Gumi to come to sanction one Nigerian terrorist. The lives of those people were not important when our children were bombed in their schools in the same Sabongari. Their lives were not important. The lives of the people were not important in the Ondo massacre inside the church. Did you see any senator come out to come and carry the matter to National Assembly? Did you see them come and write, I won't support bombing wives of IPOB? What is the thing that made Gumi and the likes of all the Fulani terrorist senators to come out with this issue of, oh, we won't support this, we won't support that? It is because the people involved, maybe 95% of them or 80% of them were what? Fulani terrorists, sympathizers, and their children. That is why.
The governor of the state himself obeys the sit at home on Monday, and then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit at home, and government shut down on Mondays. It means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast.
The more they attack me, the stronger I become. Because it is like you are pouring fuel in the strength that is in me. So bring it on. But I'm telling you today that we have been able to defeat them. We have Chikota Hanchani Nono and defeated them. What we have done to Nigeria and their agent in Biafra struggle is that we gathered them together. This particular sit at home, I told you people, will be the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. You see, the actions, the activities of Biafrans in this sit at home have gathered all the sabos together, all the sabotua together, and we defeated them. Bang! It is mysterious. How many of you will ever believe in this life that everybody will gang up against Biafra?
Então ainda bonito.
The summary of it. The summary of it is that we cannot run away from this stark reality that Nigeria has to be restructured. Whether it is the restructuring that gives more powers to states or a return to the regional arrangement of the past, or the restructuring that allows parts of the country that want to go and stand as independent nation, whatever that restructuring means, we must not run away from it. And our position as bishop, and I must say now, I'm carrying you along as a diocese, is that if we continue to pretend that all is well, we will keep bleeding profusely. And very soon, there might be nothing called Nigeria. Instead of our killing ourselves under the pretext of remaining one indivisible nation. Some people say Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. I want to say it is negotiable. This thing is like marriage. You don't force two people to get married. We have been forced into a marriage that is hurting us. And every day we are dying and pretending to be one. Please, instead of our killing ourselves, and there will be no Nigeria left, let us come to a round table like this. Bring Nigeria as a cake. Bring one big knife and share the cake. Share the cake. Share the cake.
Thank you. What you need to understand is that these criminals that you see here have a mandate, and they did not come crying for nothing. They came crying because their own happened to be the casualties of the bombing. That is what we want you people to understand. In as much as their own were the casualties of the bombing and the airstrike, we sympathize with every unharmed and innocent children that is massacred, because it's not women and children that you should target when you are at war. There are rules of engagement in war. You go for those that carry arms and ammunition that are coming against you, not for you to go for armless women and children. That's what you should understand. So the zoo terrorists understands the game that they are playing. They can continue to cry. This is the Takia system, and we understand it, and we are not moved by this madness. And what you need to understand is that Biafrans have been massacred in thousands and in many ways. But you did not hear all the senators and Gumi coming out to protest for them. So why is it down that Gumi and all the senators coming out to protest? The one wey shame me pass be say Iwanyanwu wey dey say na Waneze a president is the one leading the protest for the massacre of these people in the north. Whereas Biafran children have been massacred every day, and he cannot lead any protest to call one Nigeria to order. Instead, when Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the indigenous people of Biafra, is standing shoulder to shoulder to make sure he destroys the same terrorists coming to Biafra land, what they do is that they place a bounty of $500,000 on his head. And who are the people placing the bounty on the head of our Prime Minister? It is the Owanese Ndibo, who are now calling for the same two terrorists to be sanctioned over the bombing of the northern children. So they love to see when the terrorist comes to Biafra land to massacre you. This is why we say some of them are no Biafrans. The majority of them are of the Fulani extract. So when Biafra comes and when Biafra is restored, we will know how to deal with some of these people. That is, if Idwakanonu does not pick them before Biafra is restored. We thank you all. Remember, please, that tomorrow is our Biafran Go fundraising for the armed forces of Biafra and for every other thing that is done under the government of this Prime Minister. Some of you, I don't know whether it is English that is your problem. When somebody writes a post and say, this is the government of Simon Ekpa, you start raising your stupidity and say, why will you say, oh, it is the government of Simon Ekpa? This government is under his control, and this is his own government. Why did people say that it is the government of DOS before? Is it now that it is the government of Simon Ekpa that is now a big deal? So if it is grammar that is your problem, go and start talking to your teachers again to teach you what you should understand. And when you are addressing Buhari, you say it is the government of Buhari. You say it is the government of Tinubu. You say it is the government of Joe Biden. You say it is the government of Trump. You say it is the government of this man in France. You say it is the government of Vladimir Putin of Russia. So why is it that when we say it is the government of Simon Ekpa, that is when all of you are going kaka? Make una go back, go learn, so that we go explain to now what una don't understand very well. I thank you all.
Please.
Adabiafra, are you there?
Yes,
Adabiafra
please.
from Chicago and Adabiafra Betty, you may say something.
Yes. Thank you so much. I am very, very poorly, but I have to touch on some of the things you mentioned. You know, this particular thing you just said lastly, I plead with my people. There was this girl called Achalugo. She said that she doesn't understand why Simon went and made himself prime minister when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the prison. And that made me to understand that most of us don't understand how all these things work. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be our leader and the prime minister. He is our leader. It's just like a United Kingdom. The Queen of England is the leader, the head of UK. And that leadership has to have his or her prime minister. Like now she is dead, it is Prince Charles who is now the king. So Charles cannot be the king and the prime minister. So even if Onyendu is still around, Onyendu will be our leader. Our PM will be the prime minister, So somebody has to be the head and the people work under them. And those people who are working under them, you cannot take their titles away from them. So if they say that it is the government of Simon, is he not the one that is now leading when our Onyendu is not there. People don't know the kind of relationship between Onyendu and our PM. So we cannot be mixing things like people who are not civilized. So in every country, you have the leaders and those who are working under that leadership. So under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he has his prime minister as Mazi Simon Ekpa. The second one is that, you know, from what you said before, now they are talking of peace because we are holding what they have been holding all these years, threatening everybody in the country. Even when this governor of Benue, Samuel Otom, was launched his security outfit, I never knew that they didn't have anything to fight back. They were just launching men with empty hand. These Fulanis, they are full of tricks. They are talking of peace now. That peace does not cross their neck at all. They are Wayo people, what we call Wayo. They are not serious. Nobody should be looking at them. Now, some of their youths are requesting for the Chief of Armed Forces, Christopher Musa, to be sacked because their people have been affected. But this is what they have been doing to Imo people and the Southeasterners for so many years now, and nobody talks about it. Our own lives matter too. So my people, we have to remain strong. And once something happens, you have to check before you report or before you start attacking, you know. I mean, anybody who is talking of peace, they should do what our prime minister have demanded. He made 3 or 4 demands, if that is what they want. He first of all asked them to release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secondly, withdraw all the soldiers from our streets. And thirdly, all the checkpoints in the southeast should be stopped, because these are one of the ways through which they buy our people, and we don't like it. I even saw on our minister's Twitter handle, that's Minister Sonny, where one guy called Chukwuka was just messing up. I didn't want to put it on my platform or report about it because it will be unnecessary advertising him. You can see some of us who have given themselves up to be saboteurs, to sabotage what we are doing. So whoever doesn't like what Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing should leave him alone and stay away from Biafra government in exile. We don't need anybody to distract us, because Mazi Simon Ekpa, he is on the right foot. He has never derailed. He has not shown any sign of, you know, not keeping to his words, because you people should always remember that when Onyendu was asking for 100 men, he said to Onyendu that he will find 50 men in him. So I keep asking, where are the rest of the 50? The only thing he needs from us right now is support. We are about 70 million. Even if we are 50 million, $1 into 50 will be 50 million. So let us all endeavor to contribute, even if it is $5, $10, $15, or $20. Anything anybody can afford, because freedom fighting is not something you do with mouth or mere discussion. It requires action. It requires things like this donation. Please, my people, ka ejisi n'ike, onye nwere ife onwe ya tunye. Ogusia ife our prime minister need now. I'm happy for the kind of person he is. Our prime minister bụ ife ndị Igbo na-akpọ azụ anụ ụka. He doesn't care what anybody says about him. Ogwagai before, let nobody fight for him. Anything you hear anybody saying about him, don't tell him, don't let it bother you. Let's just keep marching forward. Thank you, my minister.
Thank you, Ada Biafra. You know, there are some people that when you tell them A means W to them. So when you call the name of that, they say, well, Achalugo. These are some of the Mkurumiri and the Irat that have surrounded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for years, who will not understand what it means to be a leader of a nation and a prime minister, and what he or she can do when the leader is kidnapped, not even arrested. For them to start topics like, why will you become leader, or why will you become this and that? That is bullshit. This is the problem that MNK have been facing for years. Having people with nothing in their brains, only attachment. When you look at their head, the attachment that they use to make their head, that is the only thing that they have in their brains. So they cannot reason to understand that the role of a leader of a nation is different from the role that a prime minister will play. But some of them will claim that they are in America, some will claim they are in UK, some they will claim they are in France, they are in Europe, they are in Austria, Russia. But you cannot understand the role of a president of a country and the role of a Senate president, the role of the Speaker of the House of Assembly, and the role of the Chief Justice of the country, and the role of the Central Bank of Nigeria of a country. Your leader was kidnapped, and then you are expecting and sitting back to wait for him until when he finds his way to be released and come back. Then you now come and start from where he stopped. Then, as your leader is in the dungeon of the terrorists that kidnapped him, you are waiting to go and take orders from him before you decide on whichever action or steps you need to take before you do the next thing. Someone that is at gunpoint. That is to tell you that you have been so empty for years. He wasted over 12 years to educate you and to teach you something. And yet you did not pick anything. So in his absence, you are still going to source for information and instructions from him while he is in chains. So why did he spend 100 years to teach you something? Wasted years of effort, right? Wasted years of lecture, wasted years of education, wasted years of paying your school fees. You just went to school and then you sat down there to be looking at the blackboard. If they tell you stone, you go and carry wood. If they tell you wood, you go and carry skirt. They tell you skirt, you go and carry t-shirt. They tell you t-shirt, you now go and carry first aid box. Ada Biafra from Chicago, you have the mic, please, as we round up.
Okay, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Yes, Ekerorek, our leader cannot be here and there. Our leader cannot do the job of our information minister, our prime minister, or a job of Ada Biafra Betty, or job of Ada Biafra from Chicago. Ekerorek, don't misunderstand English. If you want us to be writing some articles in Igbo, we will do that. Or in Broken. That is why you see us coming to break it down for you. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is incarcerated. Remember, our prime minister told the world that we will not get information from somebody in handcuff, under duress. We are doing our part to release him. He cannot come out by himself, unless you are one of the underground people thinking that you will wait for our leader to come out. How can someone wait for his own kidnapper to release him without Biafrans doing something? All over the world, there's president, there's till the last person, the local government chairman, even the Boy Scout. So there's division of labor, We are here for evangelism. We are no more agitating. We are restoring Biafra. Do your own. If you are part of the people that will buy granite for our boys, don't hesitate as the Spirit leads you. The spirit of Biafra is moving. Don't let our people who the Fulanis have spied to die in vain. If Okikabiama decide to take your life this night, what will you tell them? What have you done? What have you contributed? Are you sure Ikonso will not whoop your ass? Are you sure Ujukwe Yejo Bobagisi? Are you sure your forefathers ask yourself, what have you done? Ask yourself, why am I alive this time? Some of your mates died when they were born. Some of our mates died in primary school, in secondary, in higher institution, when we are doing youth service, when we are looking for job. Even before you receive the first salary, some people passed away. Why did Okikabiama keep you alive? Yes, you. Why did you make that money and your neighbor is hungry? Why do you have to buy 3 cars? Why the people back home are not secured? Can you drive 3 cars at the same time? All those kweke houses you are building in Biafra land, is it the type of houses you are seeing in downtown Chicago? Hello? Or don't you want your country Biafra to have skyscrapers? Bring the money. Go to www.ipobinusa.org/donate. Buy granite for our boys. Azotani ewezobute. We need security first. The lives of Biafrans are more important than that 3-bedroom bungalow or boys' quarter you are building today. Remember, the website is taking Bitcoin, hard currency, PayPal, Zelle. What do you call the other one? All of them, you can buy granite for our boys. And remember, even if you are in Biafra land, you are in Lagos and you are in the zoo, you have the money. We need it now. We are not listening to what our leaders say. Oh, and not the America gave me. No. This time around, everybody, until our leader is out. Mazen Nandekanu say no, it's only US people who will sponsor it. You see US people wearing bongo trousers, they are not after. Wearing Okpoko suit, Michael Henchard suit. They are not after to bring that $1. Onye jinu kwa nna ya na obu hodi okpara atiburu. Am I communicating? We must secure the lives of our people. We must defend our lives with the last drop of our blood. I've sacrificed going to that zoo until we restore Biafra. Many of us, you are seeing our faces today. We are not planning to go nowhere until Biafra is restored. How many sacrifices? They were attacking even in America here. If you try to point at other Biafra, you end up in jail. Abaharu, some of you, you know yourselves. Because we are praying that you repent. So if you are watching me, buy a chaplet because you will pay. Yes, you will pay. I am not the one. Ada Betty is not the one to fight for your village people. Fight for your freedom. When they were sharing the land, your father did not give your sisters any land. You jump out to run to advanced slave countries like Ada Biafra. And you think you are in the zoo where you will see anybody with flag. You want to fight them. Come and fight me. Kijenga. We must restore Biafra Ask yourself how many Oyibo from Asia, from Europe, from America, Canada is in your own villages. How many of them? Oh, your village had mama they visit. Let them visit. That's why we want to restore Biafra, so that they will buy flight ticket and go, and we have some important and good places. Obunike Cave, Agulu Lake, Njaba Lake. Kevin Cardinal been my boss before. We have many places. Enugu Zoo, Abia, let them come and see. We have many Obunike caves. We have a Cross River. They have their own. BIAFRALAND is blessed with many tourist attractions. Let the white, let the Caucasians come and visit us too. Let them come and pay. The ones they stole from our land and kept in downtown Chicago here. And collecting money from people from Monday to weekend, every day by day. People contribute to go and watch our Arobunago. Iken guy, they stole. And they are making money from it. They call it 31st. They call it Art and Culture Center. And give us a cement, bag of cement, paint here white. Biafrans, we must restore Biafra, or they will kill all of us. That's why they don't want us to talk. Or the YouTube, subscribe to Ada Biafra Betty channel. She's new. All our broadcasts, they block all of them. Man, I got power has. YouTube is listening to us. All the things that our children will come and listen to. Our leaders broadcast, our prime minister broadcast, our information YouTube page, all our pages blocked. Don't worry, the people who use Nokia 3210, 3310, are they still using it today? We will restore Biafra and everything will be restored. iPhone 16 of iPhone 2000 is running today. YouTube is your time. Facebook is your time. All you, it is your time to shine. So you dictate whatever. It's your time. Our time will come, and that is now. We must restore Biafra. We must build our own. Don't touch that dial. Remember, tomorrow is ESN fundraising. Have you shared this flyer? This flyer you are seeing on the board, have you shared it? Or you want freedom with your mouth? Share this flyer to all WhatsApp group, all your pages, unless you are in the zoo. Share it everywhere. Like the broadcast to notify people who will watch it and come and buy granite for our boys. Our gallant men read granite, need mbemmiri, need ekwenti, need ogene, kokoma. Hallelujah. Yagazieno, let me.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I love this, your new code, though. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes,
well thank you, well done, my sister.
Yeah. Thank you, Ada Biafra. Hallelujah. Thank you. Now, for those in Burumiri that are finding it very hard to understand what it means to be a leader and a prime minister, can you see the two photos here? This is prime minister, and this is leader. So look at the photos very well. Look. Before your stupidity will start running in your food that you're going to eat in the next minute. You see prime minister, and then you see leader. I don't know why your parents even wasted all the money that they raised from selling akara, selling moi moi, selling periwinkle, watermelon, pumpkin leaf, and cucumber, banana, plantain, palm oil, palm kernel, on all of you to go to school. Some of you went to school, but you could not get schooled. But you only went to school, but you could not get schooled. It's a problem. Don't worry. Soon as we restore Biafra, we will open some of your brains and put wisdom into it, so that you will not be thinking only with the attachment that you put on your head. That attachment will be one side, then wisdom will be one side inside. Thank you to all Biafrans. Please join us tomorrow on our Biafran Golf fundraising. And our Twitter space is open 247. If you're not on Twitter, you are missing a lot, because we are not posting majority of things on YouTube or Facebook. It is happening on Twitter. If you want to see live and direct, come to Twitter. Every Biafran must be on Twitter. Follow the PM, follow all the ministers of the cabinet, retweet and reshare every post, and stay updated. We salute you all. To our donors that have been making the waters of Biafra not to dry, we appreciate you, and we plead you that it is not over until Biafra is restored. Reinforce your finance and let more money continue to come, because freedom cannot be gotten with bare hands. You need to make use of every funds that you have to buy every weapons that is needed. These Biafra resistance fighters that you see here, it is money that speaks. All the weapons that they are using before the zoo terrorists starts crying, when you heard them start saying we want to go for non-kinetics, it is because we have destroyed them and given them too much WOTOWOTO, the way they never expected. That is why they now resolving to come in to say, we want to talk, we want non-kinetic. Your non-kinetic that is based on Taske system, go away with your non-kinetic, because when you start saying the non-kinetic, that is when we go into our war council to re-strategize of the heatest place that we are going to hit next time. You people may think that this set of Biafrans are the ones that you have been using to play monkey business all the years. No. What you have this time are people that are in to destroy you to the letter. Boko Haram terrorists have been doing their nonsense all these years, massacring, butchering, destroying, and doing all what they could. We told you that when we start our own, the method that will be applied in our madness will be extra pro max. And it is different now. Now you people are crying. We are just at the genesis, so we have not entered Exodus. And they are writing memos and saying they want to come and use non-kinetics. No, we want you to continue to use the kinetics. If the kinetic has been very, very good for you people, continue to use it. Don't talk of non-kinetics. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released and you're talking of non-kinetics. You're mad. All prisoners of conscience are behind bars and you're talking of non-kinetics. You have not removed all the checkpoints in Biafra land and you're talking of non-kinetics. You have not conducted referendum for the Biafran people and allowed them to go their way. You're talking of non-kinetics. You have not stopped searching Biafran phones when they travel and come back to Nigeria just because they pass through your airport. You check all their phones to see if they have anything to do with Biafra, or anything to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or anything to do with Biafran flag, or any write-up to do with IPOB. Anyone that they see something in their phones, you lock them up. You implicate them, you look for something to line up against them and write all sort of evil. You have not stopped that nonsense that you're talking about non-kinetics. Have you stopped coming to Biafra land to massacre our women and children? You're talking of non-kinetics. Continue to come. When we invaded Battalion 103, we told you. And when we invaded your other camp, we told you. And the next place that we are going to invade now, when we finish, maybe it is not non-kinetic that you will be pronouncing with your mouth. By that time, you will be telling us that you want to talk Don't worry. The method in our madness is something that is different. It is Biafran people that you came to buy the market. We go sell the market for now until we go understand say the Biafran people are the only people that Fulani terrorists cannot dominate. Ndewo Chineke. Thank you, my ministers in the house, and we love you all, the Biafran people. We must continue. From here now, we say it will be a very wonderful and a lovely evening to you all.
Good night.
Good night.
Biafra personnel or Biafra person serving in Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Navy, Nigeria Air Force. If you are serving in all these institutions mentioned now and you are very close to Biafra land or you are in Biafra land, resign. Resign. They bring you to Biafra, resign. Because once you have that uniform on, we don't know who you are. You are the enemy and you are our enemy. This is the last warning and last call for you to resign. If you are deployed to Biafra territory to kill, pull off your cloth and resign, and look for contact where you can contact me or some of your group if you want to serve the Biafra army or the Biafra forces. You are welcome. You will be treated and respected. Biafra will value you, and once you fight for Biafra, it is something that you should be proud of. So every one of you that are serving within Biafra territory, today is your last day. Both police, today is your last day. Army, today is your last day. Navy, today is your last day. Except you are not in Biafra land. If you are not in Biafra land, it is your problem. You can die in the north, that is your business. Pull off your clothes and stop killing Biafrans. We'll catch you in that uniform, it does not matter who you are gone.
Biafra.